and that he had actually updated it recently.
Yes, we can. You want to go back and forth because I can play both sides.
All right. Good evening. The January 13th meeting of the Milltown Borough Council will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Farkas?
Here.
Councilman Dixon?
Here.
Councilman Ligotti?
Here.
Councilwoman Newbauer?
Present.
Councilman Zambrana?
Here.
Mayor, we have 5 present.
Thank you. Will the clerk please read the open public meeting statement?
Let the minutes reflect that adequate notice of the holding of this regular business meeting of the Borough Council was provided by the adoption of a resolution and the posting, filing, and forwarding of a copy of the same to the official borough newspapers, Home News Tribune, and Star Ledger Publishing Companies on January 9, 2020. Public participation in this meeting will be permitted during public hearings and after the agenda of scheduled matters has been completed.
Thank you. We'll dispense with number 4 until the business meeting and move on to items for discussion. On the agenda, we have the first item, miscellaneous engineering items. Mr. McClellan.
Yes, Madam Mayor, thank you. Just 3 quick items tonight. First is to advise that Tracy Drive improvements are currently underway. Area Reds will see our survey crews on the street in the next few weeks. Hopefully the weather holds out and we'll begin that design and get some preliminary plans to you very shortly. Second is with regard to the water storage tank. We're pleased to report tonight that communication, mostly tank level, has been reestablished at the tank between that and El Pavilion Pumping Station. Testing with tank level operation over the next few weeks, weather permitting, will be performed. Item 3, the borough has received an NJDOT grant for the West Foch Avenue improvements. Includes West Foch, Bertine Avenue, and Hague Avenue. I believe the amount is approximately $555,000. The next order of business would be for the borough to begin to prepare the necessary ordinance for adoption and introduction at your next meetings when it's available. Once that's done, then the design is started and we can get those projects on the street. Obviously, with the DOT, the way that they've increased the financing, there's more pressure on the municipalities to get these projects designed and out on the street to basically get to construction. So if I can help anyway, let us know. That's all we have for tonight.
Thank you. Next, we have audience comments. If any member of the public wishes to speak on the items listed on the agenda meeting, please step forward and say your name and address for the record. These comments are limited to items discussed at the agenda meeting. Seeing none, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Councilman Zambrana, second by Councilman Ligotti. All in favor?
Aye.
Move straight into the business meeting. The January 13th meeting of the Milltown Borough Council will come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Farkas?
Here.
Councilman Dixon?
Here.
Councilman Ligotti?
Here.
Councilwoman Newbauer?
Here.
Councilman Zambrana?
Here.
Mayor, we have 5 present.
Do you need to read the open public meeting again?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Will the clerk please read the open public meeting statement?
Let the minutes reflect that adequate notice of holding this regular business meeting of the Borough Council was provided by the adoption of a resolution and the posting, filing, and forwarding of a copy of the same to the official borough newspapers, Home News Tribune, and Star Ledger Publishing Companies on January 9, 2020. Public participation in this meeting will be permitted during public hearings and after the agenda of scheduled matters has been completed.
Thank you. Now we'll have a moment of silence and salute to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next on the agenda, we have the nomination and appointment for the candidate to fill the unexpired council term. The Milltown Democratic Organization has submitted 3 people for consideration. Would the council like to make any nomination?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I'd like to nominate James Peretti.
Second.
We have a nomination from Council President Farkas, second by Councilman Ligotti. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Farkas?
Aye.
Councilman Dixon?
Aye.
Councilman Ligotti?
Aye.
Councilwoman Newbauer?
Aye.
Councilman Zambrana?
Aye.
Mayor, we have 5 ayes.
Thank you. And we're happy to have our new council person. Next on the agenda, we have minutes. What is the council's pleasure for the minutes of December 9th?
That the minutes be adopted as typed.
Second.
We have a motion by Council President Farkas and a second by Councilman Legati to accept the minutes as typed. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Farkas?
Aye.
Councilman Dixon?
Aye.
Councilman Legati?
Aye.
Councilman Newbauer?
Abstain.
Councilman Zambrana?
Abstain.
Mayor, we have 3 ayes and 2 abstentions. Would you care to vote on the minutes?
Aye.
Thank you. We now have 4 ayes and 2 abstentions.
And what is the council's pleasure for the minutes of December 23rd, 2019?
Move that the minutes be approved as typed.
Second?
We have a motion by Councilman Legati and a second by Council President Farkas to accept the minutes as typed. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Farkas?
Aye.
Councilman Dixon?
Aye.
Councilman Legati?
Aye.
Councilwoman Newbauer?
Abstain.
Councilman Zambrana?
Abstain.
Mayor, we
I
have,
will vote aye.
thank you. 4 ayes, 2 abstentions.
Thank you. Next, we have comments from the audience on resolutions. If any member of the public wishes to speak on the any resolutions, please step forward and say your name and address for the records. These comments are limited to resolutions on the agenda. Seeing none, we'll move on to the bill list, bills and claims. Will the clerk please read the bill resolution 20-041?
Authorizing the payment of bills, claims, and statements against the Borough of Milltown in the total amount of $5,281,008.32.
You've heard the reading of this resolution. What is your pleasure?
Make a motion that the resolution be adopted.
I second.
We have a motion by Councilman Legati, second by Councilwoman Newbauer. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Farkas?
Aye.
Councilman Dixon?
Aye.
Councilman Legati?
Aye.
Councilwoman Newbauer?
Aye.
Councilman Zambrana?
Aye.
Mayor, we have 5 ayes.
So moved. Next, we have the reports of standing committee and introduction of resolutions. A consent resolution has been prepared to cover the resolutions listed on the agenda. If any member of the council wants any resolution acted upon individually, please give me the resolution number and it will be pulled from the consent resolution. Okay. Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Oh, sorry, I have to
Oh,
read the
sorry.
consent agenda.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, it's gonna take me.
That's on me.
So now I have to, okay, will the clerk please read the consent resolution which covers the resolutions listed on the agenda?
Whereas pursuant to the rules of council, the council may establish a consent agenda for any regular or special meeting, and whereas the Borough Clerk has posted a consent agenda for this meeting, now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Borough Council of the Borough of Milltown, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, that the consent agenda previously prepared by the Borough Clerk be approved without the necessity of having the individual resolutions read by the Borough Clerk.
You've heard the reading of this resolution. What is your pleasure?
Make a motion that the resolution be adopted.
I second.
We have a motion by Councilman Legati, second by Councilwoman Newbauer. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Farkas?
Aye.
Councilman Dixon?
Aye.
Councilman Legati?
Aye.
Councilwoman Newbauer?
Aye.
Councilman Zambrana?
Aye.
Mayor, we have 5 ayes.
Thank you. Next, we have council reports. The first is the Department of Finance, Administration, and Planning, led by Councilman Zambrana.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We had a short meeting last week on Wednesday, January 8th. Those in attendance were myself, Council President Farkas, and Councilman Dixon, really just to get an update on the 2018 audit, which is overdue. Councilman Dixon was good enough to reach out to the auditor, and we actually had someone in the office here on last Friday, and again today, so we're moving along forward and looking to have the audit hopefully finished and wrapped up by mid-February. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Next, we have the Department of Public Safety for Councilman Legati.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you.
All right, I have a police department report. Milltown Police Department monthly report, December 30th, 2019. Between November 18th, 2019 and December 30th, 2019, police have received and answered 1,938 calls for service. Police conducted a total of 526 motor vehicle stops, which include cell phone and crosswalk details. 118 radar details were conducted in various locations during this period. Police responded to 29 motor vehicle accidents and made 15 arrests, which include shoplifting, drugs, drunk driving, and warrant arrests. The Slow Down in Our Town campaign was executed successfully on Kuthlau Avenue. Police continue speed enforcement efforts on Kuthlau Avenue and other targeted areas throughout town. We are currently accepting applications for part-time dispatchers and crossing guards. Police encourage residents to remain vigilant and report suspicious activity and traffic concerns to 732-828-1100 or www.milltownnj.org. And a Happy New Year to all, Chief Brian Kennelly. I'm working with the 3 fire chiefs to get, they're very excited about the new firehouse. So we're trying to get a meeting with Mr. Marcinsek to update them in detail, timeframes, things along those lines. I think the fire department wants to be ahead of the game as much as they could. So we're working together on that. We'll have a meeting this week sometime or next week. Can't exactly nail it down yet. I think the reorg for the zoning board will be tomorrow. So I haven't had a meeting with them yet, but that will, zoning board is on Wednesday. We're gonna hand that over to our newly appointed councilman, so we'll transition to Mr. Peretti, Councilman Peretti, as quick as possible.
Yes.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you. And as far as the new firehouse and public works, I had requested too, before it is officially opened and they moved in, or they're using it, if we could open it up to the public so they can tour and see what the new facility looks like. So we don't have a date yet, but stay tuned. We'll give people a chance to go over and see what it looks like over there. Next, we have Department of Utilities, Randy Farkas.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. For the month of December, the Utility Department had the following work: 50 daily station checks, 31 substation checks, 50+ utility markouts. Water samples. Disinfectant residual testing was performed on December 4th, 11th, and 18th. All testing was found to be within acceptable parameters. All results were satisfactory. Lead and copper testing performed in November resulted in an exceedance due to elevated levels of lead found only in several homes with lead services. All other testing of incoming water in homes with copper service lines were below the action level for lead. There will be an upcoming public meeting to discuss these issues and answer any questions that residents may have. Electric utility. Various electric meters were replaced. Several house drops and hooks were replaced and repaired. 4 street lights were repaired, and we have been aggressively patrolling at night to compile a full list of broken fixtures. Street lights deemed unrepairable have been replaced with energy-efficient LED lights. Holiday lights were installed. The electrical service for the new DPW building was completed and energized. Ongoing maintenance of the overhead wiring has resumed and several deficiencies repaired. A contract was issued to Rich Tree Service for annual line clearance, and that work has been completed. Several windy days have occurred, and we had only one minor outage attributed to trees. Tree trimming was performed by our crew around primary and secondary wires in several locations. 3 new electrical services were installed throughout the borough. Excuse me. Water Department. Roughly 6 broken water meters were replaced throughout the borough and new remote readers were installed. Curb stops were located for various customers. Work continues with the water tower painting project. The interior of the tower base just got insulated to prevent costly low temperature issues. The startup for the new controls between the tower and the Elkins Lane pump station have been scheduled for the first week of January. The parking area in front of the tower and garage has been repaved. Water quality reports have been mailed out to all residents. Additional copies are available at the utility billing department window. If you did not receive one, please call the utility office at 732-828-2100, extension 137, to request one. Compliance work has been ongoing. Every fire hydrant has been GPS plotted, tagged with an ID number, and tested for operation. We are now in the process of cleaning out every valve box in the roadways and checking alignment with the risers so that the valves can be operated. Sewer Department. Several sewer issues have been reported, and the Utilities Department responded with the sewer machine to do some cleaning. Metering. As always, the Utility Department works hand in hand with the Utility Billing Department to ensure accurate utility charges. We troubleshoot faulty meters and work very hard to resolve any billing issues that may occur. A new dedicated meter reader was added to the staff so that we could service you better. Electrical maintenance. The substation batteries were checked for electrolyte levels and refilled as necessary. We're here to help. Having a utility issue? Don't complain on social media, call us. We'll do our best to accommodate you. We strive to provide good service to our residents. Although we are a small department, we respond quickly to all emergencies 7 days a week. Report submitted by John Eckert, Director of Utilities. And remember to check Channel 15 and milltownnj.org for updated information. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Do you have any update, or perhaps Mr. McClellan could just tell people about the issue that we had last week with the brown water in a large part of town? Speaking of it being on social media, I think people didn't get the answer that they were looking for, so if somebody could just tell the folks what happened that night?
Yeah, the borough at that point is switching over to running on tank level, and I'll explain that briefly. In the wintertime, your demands go down. You currently, in the summertime, run on discharge pressure at Elkins Lane. In the wintertime, we've been trying to get the borough to run on tank level. And what that does is it allows the pumping station to fill the tank up and empty. And that process is put in place on the earlier part of January 1st or 2nd. There was a malfunction in one of the telemetry. The borough and the contractor and our office are working it out. It appears to have been a malfunction, and it's being worked on, and before it be put back into service, it'll be straightened out.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. No, I know several people reported a concern, and Mr. Eckert got back to all of them, but there was a large portion, especially off of Albert, that had brown water.
Essentially, the pump was turning on and off in short duration. That's essentially what it was.
Great. Thanks for the explanation. Next, we have the Department of Public Works and Recycling, Councilwoman Newbauer.
Good evening. Along with all regular curbside collections, DPW has the following to report. Leaf cleanup of public parks and buildings will be ongoing until completed. Holiday lights and decorations at Borough Hall have been removed and put away until next year. Several Public Works employees attended confined space training. Christmas tree pickup has begun and will continue until completion. The mayor's office and copy room at Borough Hall have been painted. Broken water fountain at Borough Hall has been repaired. Pothole repair has taken place and will be ongoing. Street sign repairs have taken place in numerous locations throughout town. The next cement collection will be January 13th through the 17th. Please call extension 187 to get on the list. Please remember no plastic bags or pizza boxes are permitted with your recycling and will be cause for rejecting collection. We appreciate your cooperation in this matter. Please check Channel 15 and milltownnj.org for DPW updates. And that's what I have to report.
Thank you. Next, we have the Department of Environmental Health and Social Services, Councilman Dixon.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Currently, I have no report this evening. We're in the process of setting up meetings with the different departments.
Great, thank you. Department of Recreation, would someone like to read the prepared report?
All right, yeah, I have it here.
I volunteered.
Thank you.
SAC Winter Reminders. If the Board of Ed cancels after-school activities, then PM SAC is closed. If there is a delayed opening, there is no AM SAC. Please note that beginning January 2020, we are no longer accepting SAC payments in SAC office unless it's cash. All payments must be made online through Community Pass. Recreation. Youth basketball began on Saturday, January 11th. We are still in need of youth basketball coaches. If you're registered in coaching, please contact the Recreation Department. The next coach's certification is January 23rd. Please call the Recreation Department to register. Adult yoga is set to begin on Monday, January 27th. Online registration will be open January 8th. Adult volleyball and men's basketball will also begin in late January, early February respectively. Online registration for these two programs will begin on January 8th as well. When registering for any recreation or SAC program, please enter your address as it appears on your utility bill, or the system will not recognize it as a Milltown resident. Please note that recreation programs are subject to cancellation at any time by the Board of Education as school functions take precedence. We will try out our best to reschedule as soon as possible. Thank you for your cooperation. Look for new trips and events on the Milltown website under Recreation within the next few months. Please note that the Milltown Recreation Department and Milltown Borough Pool are now accepting employment applications for the 2020 summer season. Please go online to fill one out. All summer recreation and borough pool applications are due back by March 1st, 2020. All applicants must be 15 by March 31st in order to apply. Even if you have previously worked at Milltown Summer Recreation or the Milltown Borough Pool, you must submit an employment application. Milltown SAC is in search of adult program aides. You may go online to download and complete an application. And that ends that report.
Thank you. Next, we'll move on to old business. Does any member of the council have any old business to bring before the council? Seeing none, we'll close old business and move on to new business. Does any member of the council have any new business to bring before the council? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to audience comments. The public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments. The council will respect the public's time by refraining any comment until the speaker has finished. It should be further noted that public comment portion of our meeting is not structured as a question and answer session. If a member of the public has questions they seek answers to, an appointment can be made with the appropriate office during regular business hours or with members of the council during their allotted office meeting hours. Please state your name and address for the record when you come to the podium. Alan.
Good evening, Alan Godber, Environment Commission and Lawrenceburg Watershed Partnership, and I live at 4 Fern Place. For this new year and January, the Lawrenceburg Watershed Partnership is doing something a little unusual. We're going to have a meeting which is not going to have a special speaker this time, but we want to encourage people to come there and talk about the work of the Lawrenceburg Watershed Partnership and what people would like to see it do in the future. So our plan is to talk about the activities that we've been doing in past years, get input and have a dialogue with people about how we might improve those, to talk about local issues within the watershed, environmental issues, and maybe some issues that are outside the watershed but affect us in the way we live. And then matters about how to better protect the watershed, because we've found in recent times there are quite a number of inputs from the public and from people, businesses, whatever, that are pertinent. But particularly in this case, we'd like to invite you all to come and join with us and have a dialogue, bring your ideas and thoughts about how we might protect the watershed in a more effective manner. So that's on Tuesday week, January 21st, 7:30 p.m. at the Senior Centre in Milltown, which is our regular time to meet on third Tuesdays. and we hope to continue to do that third Tuesdays through the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Anyone else?
Hello, my name is James Peretti, 101 West Church Street. So tonight the council voted to appoint me to the empty council seat, and I want to say thank you and accept that position, and just want to say I look forward to working with the entire council, and very excited about what we can do this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations. Yes, Mr. Einbein.
Good evening, Russ Einbinder, 220B South Main Street. That's in Milltown. Happy New Year. Didn't get to talk last time. Two things I want to remind everybody about. For the 4th of July, we do a bunch of fundraisers. Our first one this year to help out, raise a few dollars to help with those wonderful fireworks you liked last year. We want to make it even better this year. This Saturday night at our VFW post right here in Milltown, we're having a karaoke night. Yours truly, I'm your host, but you have the whole 4th of July committee. We'll be glad to wine and dine you, have a good time. I think our mayor might even be there. She's been known to sing once or twice at these events, right? Mayor? Oh, I've been waiting to say that for months. And the other thing is, I want to remind everybody that February 2nd, we have this little critter that hangs out, behind Bronson and Gutline, Milltown Mel. You may have met him once or twice. If not, you should. Come out Sunday morning this year, February 2nd. Be there a little before 7 in the American Legion lot. Me, Ron, and a bunch of other fun guys, maybe not that fun, he might be a little weird, but we'll be there in our top hats, greeting Mel, trying to wake him up with all the kids and you, hopefully, to find out if we're going to have a real long winter, which wasn't this past weekend, or a short one.
Exactly.
And that's it. It's Super Bowl Sunday, the same day, so it'll be an awesome party weekend here in Milltown.
Good.
Thanks.
Thank you. Any other audience comments? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to council comments. Is there anything further that anyone on the council would like to bring up at this time?
I do. I have one thing. I have been corrected. I gave bad information during my report. The Zoning Board of Adjustments reorg is February 5th at 7:30, not this Wednesday. I do apologize for misspeaking.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, Madam Mayor, just congratulations to Mr. Peretti.
Yes.
We are excited about having him come aboard, and we know he's going to do good things. So again, congratulations.
I just had a question. Did you say in your report when the meeting for the water is?
Did not have a date. I just said that there was going to be a meeting. I did not have the date.
Okay, we'll post that. Because we were going to have a meeting anyway, but I thought that since we had a lot of groundwater issues and other things, that we would just open it up for any water utility discussion. So it will be at the senior center. Do we have a date, Jeanette, or?
It's January 22nd at
I believe
7:30 or 7 o'clock.
So any questions, complaints, suggestions about the water, Wednesday, January 22nd at 7 in the senior center. We'll post that on the website and make sure to get the information out. Thank you.
Yeah, I think a flyer is being mailed out
Okay.
anyway because of the mandatory.
Oh, good, okay. So you'll all get a flyer too. Cool. All right. If there's nothing further on the agenda, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Legati, second by Councilman Zambrana. All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Thank you.
Yeah.
Take it. We break the record of that one day that